Senior guard Hailey Van Lith announced on Instagram that she is transferring to LSU for the 2023-24 season. Van Lith previously announced earlier this month that she was entering the transfer portal after spending the past 3 seasons at Louisville. By joining LSU, Van Lith is set to play for the reigning national champions next season alongside NCAA tournament most outstanding player Angel Reese. Van Lith is coming off a career year, as she averaged 19.7 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 1.6 three-pointers made and 1.5 steals per game last season. Iowa superstar and National Player of the Year Caitlin Clark was the only other Power 5 player in women's college basketball to average at least 19 points, 4 rebounds and 3 assists per game last season. With Van Lith leading the way as the team's top scorer and distributor, Louisville reached the Elite Eight last season. That came on the heels of a Final Four appearance the previous year. Van Lith is a graduate transfer who has 2 years of college eligibility remaining. The 2023-24 campaign will be her senior season, plus she can play another year after that if she chooses due to the extra year of eligibility given to players for the year wiped out by the COVID-19 pandemic. After winning the national title last season, LSU already figured to be one of the top championship contenders again next season. Reese, who transferred to LSU last season after 2 seasons at Maryland, was one of the top players in women's college basketball in 2022-23. She averaged 23.0 points and 15.4 rebounds per contest, and she will be back to lead the way for the Tigers next season. Van Lith gives LSU another major offensive threat as well, meaning head coach Kim Mulkey's squad will undoubtedly be the team to beat next season. Before she arrives at LSU this fall, star women's basketball transfer Hailey Van Lith earned some hardware in international competition. The former Louisville guard, who was one of the biggest transfer portal additions in the country, won a gold medal with Team USA on Sunday morning after the United States won 16-12 over France in the championship of the FIBA 3x3 World Cup. In total, Van Lith, a 2-time first-team All-ACC selection, has now won 5 gold medals while competing with Team USA, and it's her first with the senior team and her second time competing. She is a dynamic offensive player that can be a good replacement for Alexis Morris, LSU's second leading scorer, who is now chasing her WNBA dream. Last year, the Tigers had one of the top 5 scoring offenses in the nation, and will likely stay there next season with the returning and incoming talent. They were also known as a tough and physical team to play, and Van Lith has a reputation for never backing down from a challenge. After being named an AP All-American honorable mention, she made sure to let people know she was ready to prove she was worth a lot more than that. "I'm not motivated at all by the fact that they named me honorable mention. I know who I am and I know what God thinks I am," she said late March after being eliminated from the NCAA tournament during the Elite Eight round. "God doesn't think I'm an honorable mention. I'll tell you that right now. I don't need external motivation." The 21-year-old is still chasing a ring and has 2 years of college eligibility remaining. Van Lith will also be eligible for the WNBA next year if she chooses that route. She was the top player in the transfer portal, which she entered as a do not contact prospect, meaning she could reach out to programs but coaches could not reach out to her. Coming out of high school, one of Van Lith's top schools was Baylor, when Mulkey was still coaching the Bears. The Tigers just earned the school's first ever NCAA tournament championship in basketball, men's or women's. Van Lith's move to Baton Rouge only strengthens the Tigers' chances at defending that title next year, as their star player Angel Reese is also returning. Reese was the Tigers' top scorer and rebounder last season, while registering 34 double-doubles to mark a single-season NCAA record. Other impactful players coming back include Flau'jae Johnson and Katerick Ball. Mulkey's team will also get an extra boost with the #1 recruiting class in the nation. The junior from Wenatchee, Washington, was a McDonald's High School All-American before making her way across the country to Louisville, where she became the 12th leading scorer in school history while also twice being named first-team All-ACC. Her lights shined brightest at Louisville in the NCAA tournament over the past 2 seasons, helping to lead the Cardinals to a national semifinal appearance in 2022 and again to the second weekend of the Big Dance in 2023, where the Cardinals fell to eventual national runner-up Iowa. Over 9 NCAA tournament games the last 2 seasons, Van Lith averaged better than 21 points per game. Van Lith will not only bring scoring to wherever she lands next, but a swagger and intense reputation on the court that she talked about following the Cardinals' loss to Iowa in the NCAA tournament. "I think I have a lot of great people around me who are willing to understand me. And I think they understand sometimes when that intensity comes out, it's not anything that is bad intentioned. It's me pushing other people to be great, pushing myself to be great, and wanting to win. And I think that my teammates and my coaches appreciate that about me, so they don't hold my intensity against me," Van Lith said. She'll also bring a host of eyes as one of the top women in college sports nil earnings. According to On3, Van Lith entered last season in the top 10 among all women and 4th among basketball players in nil valuation, with more than 788,000 social media followers and deals with Adidas and Dick's Sporting Goods, among others. Hailey Van Lith has opened up about her transfer from the Louisville Cardinals to reigning national champions LSU Tigers. Van Lith entered the transfer portal on April 8 and announced her decision 3 weeks later. Van Lith explained why she chose to leave Louisville to join LSU. She spent the first 3 years of her career with the Cardinals and transferred as a graduate student. "It came down to my ability to be happy, and I had to put myself first," Van Lith said. "I had done my part, and I had sacrificed myself and given my all to that program. But at the end of the day, I just wasn't enjoying everyday life. It was a situation there where I chose that I deserve happiness." Hailey Van Lith called it a tough decision because of all the things she has done with the Louisville Cardinals. Van Lith also pointed out all the people she met during her 3-year stay there. However, it was about what's best for her, and joining the reigning NCAA champions was certainly up there in her view. "It was a really hard decision," Van Lith said. "You know, my best friends in my whole life I made at Louisville. I went to a Final Four, and I shared that with those coaches and those teammates. And some of the highs in my life, I've been there, but also the deepest lows in my life have been there. I know in my heart that I made the right decision for me and my family and for women's basketball in general." Van Lith and women's basketball players have to make moves in ways that men don't. There was heavy speculation that Van Lith would end up at Stanford. That would have given the Washington native a chance to play closer to home, and earning a master's degree at Stanford would certainly open up doors when her basketball career ends. In choosing LSU, Van Lith made a basketball decision. The WNBA has vastly different rules for draft eligibility. Domestic players either have to be 22 years old or have graduated from a 4-year college within 3 months of the draft. Aaliyah Boston, the #1 overall pick in the 2023 WNBA draft, signed a contract that will pay a base salary of $74,305 in the first year. That's about $20,000 higher than the average starting salary for college graduates, but certainly not generational wealth. In joining LSU, Van Lith will be part of a team that will maintain a high profile following its national title run and presumably offer her enough name, image and likeness opportunities to make considerably more than she would draw in the WNBA. Her new teammate Reese reportedly has the most nil deals among NCAA basketball players, men's or women's, with 17. According to On3's nil valuation, which is an algorithm and not actual salary, Reese's value jumped from about $400,000 to $1.3 million after winning the title. Van Lith's valuation increased by $100,000 to $518,000 after her announcement, giving LSU 3 of the top 5 players. she can max out her nil potential while also improving her WNBA value. Van Lith is already off to a good start redefining herself as a playmaker.